Hello everyone and welcome to Twitch Tuesdays at the TRU Library. This Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Once again, I'm Ben Mitchell, and perhaps fittingly, for playing Limbo, I am by my lonesome this evening. We've managed to get it working, though as a trade-off, my face has disappeared from the screen, so you're just going to have to look at this little fellow here as they're standing up. And yeah, wanted to try to get one more spooky game in before we move on to November proper. It is a shame that I can't have my camera here because I even have pumpkin props to come with me. I'm not ready to let go of my pumpkins yet. I'll just whack the speaker with them so they're interacted with the props. So yeah, I figured today we'd play this game. Limbo is a puzzle platformer indie game, a little bit spooky, a little bit grim, but also kind of cartoony. And talk a little bit about Limbo as a historical thing, Limbo as a state of being, interstitial spaces, and all of that. This game is relatively light on exposition. The implication is perhaps that you might be deceased or trapped. There's not a lot of lore to go from here. It's just in this very kind of moody, atmospheric, in-between world. Yep. Get it. So yeah, so Limbo historically, the specific term Limbo itself, where it was, as I understand it anyway, and if Michelle was here she could correct me, as you know she's has a background in religious studies, but it is particularly a concept in Christian kind of beliefs, as this kind of interstitial, can I dump that? Is that fine? Is that death? Oh no, that's death. Oh no. Well, now I've learned that. Oops. Let's try that again. Is this kind of space in which either in the early Christian church it was that Limbo was a kind of place where the old kind of Old Testament kind of church fathers were before the coming of Christ, so it was kind of they weren't properly forgiven because Christ wasn't around yet. What's in this dark, ominous cave? But at the same time, yeah, they were, still had to be destined for heaven once Christ saved them and all of that. So that, Christ goes down in a thing that's called the harrowing of hell and brings up all these church fathers and stuff. Also, interestingly, though, I'm more familiar with Limbo in a historical context from Dante's Divine Comedy. In Dante's Divine Comedy, Limbo is actually the first, sort of the first layer of hell. It's made quite explicit by Dante, right, that those in Limbo in the Divine Comedy are just virtuous pagans. They've not been judged. That really their kind of, air quotes, sin was that they couldn't imagine more than an earthly paradise. So really he kind of sets up Limbo in the Divine Comedy as this sort of kind of Elysium-like space. And that's that's where Dante specifically goes and hangs out with all of his favorite philosophers. So he chats with Plato and Aristotle, and they all have a kind of a good time. But it's still presented as kind of a negative space, right? I specifically remember, what was it they were saying? Dante said that in Limbo, the screams were sighs. There was just this kind of boredom and somewhat apathy that characterized Limbo as a space where they were okay people, but still they couldn't imagine kind of Christian-y life. They're still not necessarily speaking worthy of heaven. But of course, I mean, Limbo as a concept is much broader than that, right? It's kind of become one of our, what's this? Yeah, that's right. Just kind of this term for this kind of interstitial, intermediate kind of half and half space. I don't know about some of you, but I've definitely found, even as, even as time goes on and we continue on in the pandemic, people talked about how it affected their sense of time. That time kind of lost all proper meaning and proportions. During the lockdowns and during the rolling series of historical events that happened in the past few years. So that's another sense of limbo, right? This sense of feeling unmoored and unstuck in like your historical context and your community and your space. And I think in that regard, it's much more relatable than just specific to a specific, you know, belief system, right? I'm sure some of you have, you know, experienced your own kinds of limbos. If you feel free to throw some of those in the chat if you want to, whether it's just, you know, like waiting for something to be done in the oven, to, you know, more personal things, you know, being stuck in between life stages or life events. For those of you who've been living the millennial dream, it might be when you're, you know, forced to inevitably move back in with your parents because the cost of living is too egregious in rent. There's lots of different ways we experience limbo in our daily lives. Oop, oof, didn't do that right. Doop-a-doo. There's also a state of limbo, right? One of the things that I experience, I know some of you also experience, is executive functioning issues, right? There's this concept within ADHD circles, for instance, and it's common in autistic circles too, as I understand it, of kind of like, you know, like the waiting pattern or the holding time. You know you have, yeah, there we go. You know you have a meeting to go to in like 2 hours, and just because of the way that you're used to, like, you know, the way that your brain works, the way you're kind of like set into this, you know, space where you have to try to prepare cognitively for an event. You feel like, well, oh, it's 2 hours away. That means I can't do anything in those preceding 2 hours. Whether it's because, you know, you have a different sense of time. Oh, what did I just stand on? Oh, altitude is attitude. Yeah, I got another achievement for accidentally squishing a bug. But yeah, so that's another kind of relatable sense of limbo that a lot of people who experience time differently might be able to relate to. Nope, I'm stuck. Yuck. Oh no! Oh, phew. And yeah, there's lots of different ways we interact with nope, that's not enough yet. That should be enough. There we go. And yeah. So this game is very atmospheric. There's not a lot of color in it. Mostly there's just the hints of sound effects. I think something dramatic's gonna happen shortly. Okay, come on. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Come on. I'm braced. There you are. Hello, friend. Look at you. Aren't you terrifying? Yeah. I think I want to get that. How do I get that without this thing stabbing me with its little stabby claws? Stabby claws? Stabby claws. Yeah. Alrighty. Because I can't jump up there. This is a conundrum. I need to go back? Let's see. Boop-a-doo-boo. Another thing actually I've been wondering about, oh no, I can't do anything there, is whether or not people are finding that the 7 to 8 time slot works for you. I just kind of assumed that it would be a good after supper time, but perhaps people are still working multiple jobs or, you know, eat supper later. And whether or not you think it'd be worthwhile to... Come on, I know you're gonna... There we go. There we go. If you'd like us perhaps to move it... Oh, no, one more. Like us to move the Twitch Tuesdays a little bit earlier in the day so that more people can participate if they want to. Come on. I know you're gonna do your stabby thing. Why aren't you doing your stabby thing? Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's gonna be bad! Oh! Okay, well... I knocked it down, but yeah. Oh, I'm glad it's so cartoony, because that is vicious. Oh, alright. Let's try this again then, without getting impaled by the spider legs. There we go. Whew. Yeah, no, it's very, very visceral when you die in this game. Doop-a-doo-boo, doop-a-doo. Sometimes you just need a bear trap. Nope, nope. There we go. How'd you like that? Oh no, I was too busy checking the chat. Oh no. Oh, this is what I get for having my attention divided. Oh, yeah. Multitasking. Doop-a-doop-doo. Let's see. I don't know, like there's something to be said about like violence in video games here, because it's kind of cartoony, but it's also really visceral, like. Oh god. Oh, okay. Okay. I need to realize that the third time it actually goes a lot quicker. I guess you would too if you just lost 2 limbs in a bear trap. Whew. Yeah. I guess I should mention at the start of this, or at least put it up on the YouTube channel, that there are definitely spiders in this game. That's a thing. Okay. Yeah, no, that leg is angry. That leg wants to go fast. Oh, come on. Come on. Wink. Oh, no. Gotta line it up just right. Without getting jabbed. It's kind of, you have to like intentionally put yourself in danger there. Look at that thing crawling away. It's had enough of that. Whew. That's always bracing when the spider shows up. That's for sure. Boop-a-doo-boo, boop-a-doo. Wee. And yeah. What else is in this cave? Okay, well that stuff slows you down. You can't jump in it. Is something gonna get me here? I think something might get me here too. There's a lot of like, the way it slows you down again. Oh, yeah. And now I'm stuck. And now you just have to live with that experience of being stuck. Ugh. See, like I said, it's very atmospheric and moody and like, oh no, you're just a hunted thing. And you can't move anywhere. Oh. But I don't think it's impaling me. There we go. It's wrapping me up for later. And again, like in terms of the simplicity of the graphics, right? Like the spider is just a silhouette, but it's still so moody. And now I can toss him. Try to get myself out. Because you can... Oh. Yoink, yoink, yoink. This is kind of like awkward mummy jumping. There's the things you can do to get yourself out of limbo even when you feel stuck. Though sometimes it's not easy, like this. Hopping around. All tangled up in spider webs. Now, can I make this jump? Oh no! Oh, not like that, I can't. Oh, okay. Let's try once more with feeling. I'll line myself up for it. No, no, not like that. Oh. One of the things, at least, about a game, if you're going to have a game be very lethal, is at least that, like, the fail states are very easy to recover from. You know, you're not going back super far, it's once to see, can you make the jump or can you not? Jumping around like a cocoon creature, jumping around. Yep, yeah. I can't really do anything other than roll that boulder, so I guess I'm rolling that boulder. I'm trying not to get hit by a tree. Oh, but no. Getting hit by a tree anyway. The death animations are so visceral in this game, which is saying something because I see them a lot. Okay, I need to like absolutely turn back around quicker than that, because that tree is gonna wallop me. There's definitely like, come on, reflex qualities about the game. It's not just a puzzle platformer, because sometimes you have to time things right as well. And the frogs. So I don't know if they have them here in Kamloops. Oh my, that keeps on rolling. But out in Nova Scotia there's these frogs called spring peepers, and they're very tiny, and they live on the riverbank. But in the spring you can really hear them go into town. They're tiny little peeps all over in the distance. It's kind of a soothing sound, I find. Unlike, you know, being chased by a spider. And so much of this is about pacing too, right? Like we talked a little bit about horror before, but like so much of horror is like timing. Oof, oof, oof. Phew. And Limbo is one of those games, like, because like it makes you feel kind of helpless. Like there's things you can do, but it's really playing around with you being a small thing in a big world. Uh-oh. This is also making you aware that there's other sinister people here. Ugh. And pit traps, that you're not alone. Alright, now is that just gonna murder me when I pull that string? Let's find out. Whoop. Haha, not if I'm quick. There we go. That's the thing too about worlds like this, you kind of start getting a sense of like how the game is going to try to mess with you. Not a perfect sense, mind you, but still. Because the game is always a little bit like a dialogue between the designers and the players. You start to like get a sense for how they think about things, what kind of behavior they are likely to reward, and what kind of the behavior is likely going to get you got. And how they like forcing you into situations like this one right here, where I'd like, in order to progress, I have to put myself in danger and then get out of it again. Oop. That one wasn't too bad. Oop. Oop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's so many spikes everywhere. Oh, spike-licious. Alright. But that one's not too bad. This one, okay. Swings. Okay, that's fine. Only get me once with that trick. Let's see now. Are we get? Oh, is this a metal spider? What's going on with you again? It's been a while. Oh, I get it. Yeah, this is again where like, you're actually like, there's an illusion here. Oh no, but it can still kill me. Oh no. Because they're like, the mythology of this world is uncertain, right? Because there's other people, but they're kind of like, you know, it's kind of Lord of the Flies, or like there's all these children that are kind of ominous. One of the things, actually, I should mention that, like, I guess another, why do weird things always come up when people talk to me? I guess I make it weird. But like, we talked a little bit before when we talked about the Fae, and this is trigger warning for loss of a child. But that was another common feature of some kind of like Christian folklore and whatnot, is that Limbo is specifically a place where unbaptized children ended up. So it's possible that this world is playing, oh, it's on fire and it's rolling, okay, there's no jumping over that, oh, there's no jumping over that, okay. Phew, okay. Hopefully they only have one burning tire. tricky. Or I'm just slow. Both are possible. I'm gonna go back around here. Yep. But still, I think in some ways, I don't know, how do you feel about the inclusion of the murdery kids? Because, like, in some ways, the interesting thing about the Limbo is that it's kind of like, there we go, a solitary place. Once you start including these kind of Lord of the Flies kids, who are kind of like making their own little murder society, I think it kind of changes the tone quite a bit of the narrative, you know, such as it exists. Oh yeah, a lot of ominous. Okay, what's gonna happen? Okay, so this booby trap, these things swing, but how do I? Oh, there's so many traps. There we go. There's one. There's two. Oh no! It's still got me. Oh no! Oh, even when you know it's coming, you're not exactly sure how far these things range. Oop, okay, there we go. Oh, you have to go under it rather than try to get away from it. But then what? Because that's right. Oh, wait, because that rope is one I can climb up. Beep-a-dee-boo. Yeah, I sometimes forget that, like, you know, not everyone grew up with gaming. Oh. You know, there's certain kind of things you learn about, like, you know, trying to look for, and you think of as intuitive, but aren't necessarily intuitive to people who didn't grow up around gaming and the logic of gaming. Kind of common agreed on qualities of game. Okay, yep. Let's doop-a-doop-a-doo. Let's move this. Go. Oh my. Yeah, no, I have to keep on running. Doop-a-doop-a-doo-boo. Okay, yeah, I get this. You know, and you know, seeing that log and seeing, okay, you can move and you can interact with it. So you're gonna have to use it to help you get up there, right? Like that sort of thing can't always be taken for granted. That a person who doesn't have familiarity with games would actually know that. Poof. There we go. I think it's really helpful to think about things like that, just video game logic and how it applies to other kinds of design spaces, right? I'm sure some of you have seen online that kind of like almost meme-ified image of, like, you know, the paved path and the dirt path, and the paved path is called, like, you know, like the design, and the unpaved path of the dirt path that people have worn in there just by, like, you know, that's the path they actually walk, is called the user experience. But how people interface with a system is determined on their own, you know, needs in a way that, like, designers can't always or don't always predict very effectively. And that when a system or a device or a world in the game sense doesn't meet their needs, people will find ways to accommodate it, right? You even see this in Oh my goodness, okay, what's going to happen here? Oh, okay, more spider time. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so this is psychologically interesting, because now the spider has been kind of defeated, right? It's only got one leg, it's sad, and the game specifically wants me to finish the spider off. So, like, you know, this is the point in the game where not only are you a hunted thing, but now you're becoming a little bit more vicious. Oh, well, okay, but not in that instance. In that instance, I just got stabbed. Oh, but once more time. Okay, do I have to jump? Oh, come on. Grabbing it. How do I do this? Oh yeah, that's how I do this. So, like, this is kind of visceral, right? You can just kind of take that right off. And all the spurgeon noises. And then this thing that you've spent so long being afraid of, you just use as a thing to help you proceed further along. It's, again, there's no words. It's not like telling you things explicitly about this world or what the character is doing, but by the things the game makes you do in order to proceed. It's necessitating a kind of change in the narrative, right? Now you're kind of like just as that thing that chased you, you're just kind of, oh my goodness, you're just as kind of threatening as this world is with that particular act. The fact that it makes you do that. Alright, crow friends, what you gonna do? Okay. And is that a kind thing to do to a player? Is it evocative? Does it make you more invested in the narrative? What kind of storytelling space does it enable? Oh my goodness. It's something to consider when you're designing stories or narratives. Whether it's, you know, video game narratives or even fictional narratives, right? To a certain extent, just by, you know, having a reader read along with you, even if you're reading a story, you're kind of implicating them in elements of the narrative. And is that, you know, when you write a certain narrative plot twist or something, is that something you want to do to your reader? A lot of the librarians are creative writers. Oh, it's the worms. How do I proceed here? Because that water seems pretty lethal. But I don't really see anything that I could bring with me, so I'm just going to jump and see what happens. That is the benefit of having these, Oh yeah, I'm definitely using... Oh no, yep, they're brainworms. They are brainworms, which will just have you jump into the water. Oh my goodness. They're kind of there's so many fascinating and horrifying parasites in this world, and there are a number of worms that mostly infect crickets and grasshoppers and such that will actually like hollow out the insides of their hosts and eventually have them just jump into the water so that the worm can complete its life cycle. So that's actually kind of based on a real life creature, but thankfully it doesn't actually do it to mammals, let alone people. Okay, there was no way around that one. Squish. Oh my goodness. How do I do this then? That's pretty immediate. Oh, you're gonna throw rocks at me, are you? Come on, what you doing? Gotta be a way to get them to do something that I can interact with. Because that falls too quickly for me to try to just power through it. But I don't think there's anything else. Unless... Oh, is the game gonna make me do this? Okay, the game is gonna make me do this. Okay, the game is gonna make me do this. Well, you're just using what you need to progress, and in this particular case, I'm using that poor unfortunate fellow to progress. Ooh. So yeah, that's a thing that we just became culpable in. Okay, here's some of those brain worms. I do not want to get one of those. Oh, they got little teeth. Oof. Okay, that looks like that might... Is that... Oh, that, yep, okay, yep, that will. Yep. Oh, so squishy, so tender. Nope, okay, nope, that's not about... So it's also escalating, right? Some of the previous traps just required me to try to, like, set them off. Like by running towards them and then running away quickly, but now it's escalated, right, in the trap design. So now I actually have to like think around them because they're all dropping too fast for me to just kind of jump in, set them off, and then run away again. But then how do I do this, given what I have? Because that falls very quickly. Yeah, no, okay. Fool me 3 times, shame on me, as they say. Oh. Oh. Then what do I do? Because that's all way up there. I didn't think I had anything that I could, like, you know, just throw into it like that poor unfortunate bug victim earlier. Yeah, there's no really where else I could go. But at least when, like, you know, the fail state is so easy to recover from, sometimes it encourages you to just, you know, be bold and experiment. Oh, you know, after a fashion. How does this... Oh, okay, that's it. There we go. Oh, no, and see, so this tells me that the game is actively trying to mess me up. See, like that actually tells you something about the logic of the game, right? Because in that instance, it was like, okay, we're going to set up an expectation that, okay, you can stand on the middle thing and it's going to be fine, and then we're going to immediately subvert it. So if you stand on the middle thing on the second one, it's actually going to squish you. So that tells me that this game, from this point onwards, is actively going to try to mess me up in a more kind of, like, intentional way. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! But then right? Well, first of all, let's try to recover from that state. Shoot. But then it's also going to say, hey, this world is dangerous, and you can turn the dangers of this world onto the other denizens that are trying to get you. So here's all of these murder children, and they're all going to start chasing me. And now I know that this is dangerous. But do they know that it's dangerous? And they don't. Phew. So again, even though there's relatively little narrative, there's a lot going on here in terms of premeditated design. Oh, and just making the world kind of hostile, but increasingly yourself, not, you know, with that move, right? Now not only have I learned that the world is dangerous, but I've learned that I can use its traps to my advantage. Again, slowly, this kind of, like, you know, limbo child is becoming more and more dangerous as they proceed in this dark, shadowy land. Alright, let's see, how does this work now? Alright, that's as far as that will let me take it. Yeah, get him. Boop-a-dee-boo. Okay, so nope. So I think I know what it wants me to do, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it wants me to pull down that rope, jump up on the cart, pull it down again from below. That's my current working hypothesis anyway. If it gives me enough time. No. Oh wow, there's a lot of levers going on here. Oof, okay, so a lot of stuff happening there. So what's the purpose of this cart then? Ah, maybe that's the purpose. I just want to move it here. Oh, no, is it going to roll? Okay. A lot of puzzle solving. that cart just a false trick then? Maybe it is. The game is increasingly becoming structurally more mischievous with me. Yeah. Nope, that's a good way to get crushed. Alright, this one's a tricky one. Any suggestions in the chat there? No? Again, I don't know if it's like interesting to watch someone else struggle with puzzles like this, or if you're finding my game playing to be hilariously inept. Both are possibilities, because I'm pretty sure if I go too far down that, those blades are just gonna make me all kinds of kibble. Okay, I have to definitely do something with this. Okay, just let me ignore it. But I can't move it any further than that. There. I was just not doing it fast enough. And that's always kind of a concern too, if you're just not doing it fast enough. Oh, hello, we have another person in the chat. Welcome. Yep, we are playing Limbo. We've talked a little bit about limbo, various kinds of limbos and history and states of mind. There's a whole bunch of other kinds of limbos as well, of course. I don't know if many of you know about, like, you know, the person who was... Haha! There we go. That's how it's done. Alright, now I need to still be quick about this, though, because that's second one. Go! Success! Haha! Phew! There's various other kinds of limbos, right? There's political limbo, you know, people who are between nations, refugees is a kind of limbo state. Oh, what are you, little critter? There's, there's a whole movie made about a person who was, like, stuck in a airport because their, like, nationality wasn't recognized. Oh, I got the brainworms. Their nationality wasn't recognized. Well, this is horrifying. Do I have... I think I have some control over this. I just kind of have to mash it before it leads me to throw myself into the nearest water pit. Like that. Yo! Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Or is this just kind of the terrifying experience of not having control of your character? Come on. Come on. No, don't go that way. So I can control if I jump. But I can't... No, okay, so there's definitely something I need to do in response to that. Your mind is in limbo from working on projects. You can feed it to the mouths on the ceiling. Oh, Cabacera, no! But also my condolences, Cabacera. Oh yeah, just feeling kind of like, that's the thing too, right? Like, burnout is real. Burnout is a kind of limbo, right? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are talking about burnout these... Yeah, there's no way to escape that. A lot of people are talking about burnout these days. But it is kind of this point in which you're just like, I don't know if you've experienced it, but you just can't function. Brain is broken. Right, broken. And that is a very serious concern. Ugh. Okay. Well, how do I actually... I think I need to just... Because I don't think it likes the sun. But how do I get it to go towards the sun? Because I only have one chance there before it starts inexorably leading me back towards the water. And I don't think it's going to let go of my brain. No, it's not. Okay. Whew. I think I know what I have to do now, though. Phew. But yeah, definitely. Well, studying can lead to a kind of limbo state where you just, you know, you're between exams, you're between projects. And I don't know about you, but task switching has always been very difficult for me. Not knowing, you know, or needing a lot of downtime between tasks just to kind of reset my brain. I've got the brain worms. Okay, now I think what I need to do is jump over this so that when I go back here... Okay, no. Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting a bit closer, but I don't think that's going to quite cut it yet. I think I need to push the box into the light, so that the worm does get more eaten by it. Alright, let's just... There's only one way this is going, so I guess we'll just reset that. But yeah, good seeing you, Cavacera. As I mentioned, it's just me this evening. We will be a little bit later on in the month, joined by Noah from Career. Okay, so see, that's showing you that the sunlight is bad for the worm, and then it walks away from it. Alright, so I see what we need to do, so let's just jump down here. So it wants, I need to push this box a little bit into the light, but not too far. Oh no, but not too far. Oh, not too far. Alright, well, let's try that again. Gotta watch out for your mental limits, says Cavacera. Yeah, that's true, right? I mean, I feel like, I don't know about you, Cavacera, but I feel like the educational system, I mean, yeah, I can always get going on about the educational system. I've been here for so long. They always tell us, encourage us to like keep in mind our limits and to, you know, like pace ourselves and all that, but it's also legitimately just structurally difficult when you have so many different classes to juggle and an expectation of extracurriculars and jobs and, you know, all of those sorts of things. And then we wonder why the students don't engage with us. But yeah, definitely. And it's really important to try to find things that, okay, I think I got you now. I think I got you now. There you go. Fry, you little worm. I guess I do have a little murdery side of me after all. Brainworm? I mean, you're sparking. But are you gonna fall off? Come on, brainworm. Fall off. Oh no, that didn't do it. Oh, it didn't do it. Why not? Why not? Ah, blast. This is... Bleep, bleep, blub, blub, blub. Alrighty, this one's actually a little bit tricky. I'm not entirely sure. I thought that was going to do it. That's because each person has their own limits, and education isn't in to accommodate each person. You're true. Yeah, you're true. That's my words. You are right. Right. There is this kind of like factory model of education. You can make it really. Oh, come on. Bother one more time. Yeah, there's this factory model of education. We talk about like a personalized, you know, student-centered education system, but like at a certain point there's so many students and so many moving pieces that's really hard to do authentically. And you know, a whole bunch of programs try to, you know, circumvent that, but they have mixed success. Alright, new plan. I'm gonna just try to like jump right over that rock. Well, I can. The mouths are hungry, but I don't think... Oh, you're right! Thank you, yes! You're right, that's how you do it. Okay, so... You're absolutely right, I forgot. Thank you for that reminder, Cavacera. That's what I need to do. Those mouths are gonna eat the worm right off me old heady-o. Yeah, there we go, haha! Thank you, Cavacera, for curing me of my brain worms! Oh my. I don't know if you're familiar with YouTube discourse, but a lot of people make those jokes about getting various kinds of brain worms. Alright, now what's this? Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with that particular lever. Please cure my own. Oh, if only it were that easy. Slash, it would still be horrifying, even if it was that easy to fix. Oh, what? Oh, tiny creature. Are you murder or friend? You want the... Okay, you want the mushrooms. And you're scared of me. That's the thing, that's the first time something's actually afraid of you. So I'm gonna try to get the mushrooms for the creature. Oh, oops. Yoink. Mushrooms for the creature. Yoink. Yep. It's like a frog groundhog thing. Will you run in the wheel, friendo? Yeah, it's a big old hamster wheel. Alrighty. My machine is gremlin powered. Oof. It seems like I had broken the sky. Alright, friend. Oh. That's something I miss about Nova Scotia. There's a lot more rain out there than there seems to be in Kamloops. So that's how rain happens, says Wildly Average. Exactly, you didn't know? there's little hamsters and hamster wheels that just run machines that make it rain. You know, I think that's called geoengineering, if I'm not mistaken. Hamster powered water. Oh my, okay, no, that's a temporary fix. Going to fill it up? Yeah, okay, it's going to fill up that area. Making it rain. On the log. Oh, interesting. Oh no, but I still drowned. Yep. Okay, wait, how do I do that then? Curious. Limbo still holds up after all these years, says Cabasera. Yeah, right? Like, this is a relatively old game, but it's just, it's simple enough, but engaging enough that it, like, yeah, captures the imagination. While the average says, science. What is this science you talk about? I think the log actually moved for me. Come on. Okay, I will have to move the log to the middle. Okay. But yeah. Whew. Water power. Oof. Move right there. Wink. So yeah. Oof. I don't know if it's been raining anymore in Nova Scotia. Wildly Average would know. I know we've had a few bad droughts in a lot of places around the world recently. But there is something just about, like, the soothing pattern of rain on a roof that I quite enjoy. You know, being trapped in a darkened limbo aside. Alrighty, what fresh hell awaits me? It's zooming out. Usually that means it's going to introduce me to something extra murdery. It's been so long since I played this. Okay, we got the slime. No, nothing extra murdery there. Yet. It's wet enough for sure. Well, that's something. Alright, time to slide. Sometimes you just have to let it slide. Alright, can I move this without... Yeah, okay. Phew. Push. Alright, let's go. Oh wait, I think this is the upside down one. If I remember, this is an upside down one. Let's see. It's like... What's this do? What's this lever do? Okay, oh my. Oh my. Have I just done something terrible to myself? Oh no. Yeah, yep. Yep. I think I've just drowned myself. Oh no! Oh no! And just even in terms of sound design, right? When you're underwater, it gets really quiet all of a sudden. And you can still move around for a little bit, but once it goes quiet, you know that you don't have a lot of time to escape from drowning. Just that cue. Alright, so how do I... Okay, that's how I do it. Oh wait, oh, okay, I see. There's a handle up there. Alrighty, I gotcha. So I go like that first. That's also the tricky thing, right? So many video games encourage you just with like muscle memory. You're like, oh, the first switch I see is the switch I should push. But that is not the case right now. It's the second switch. Oh, it's an S tier game design. Push the second switch. Alrighty, let's try that. Boo. Raise the box. Wink. Oh my goodness. Oop. Okay. I think I can still get that. This is fine. Yeah. There we go. Oof. Oh, okay. I feel like since that box is there, it's gonna keep on raising, so I have to keep on pulling. Okay, is that oh no, that's still okay. Oh my goodness. Ermagerd, oh no. Okay, so yeah. There we go. Phew. Alright, so another one of those hatches. Phew. Is this just something that breaks? Yeah. No, doesn't break like that. Yeah. Got a time limit on me. Nope. Nope, that's not how it's done. Okay. So moving this so that comes through. But I'm not sure if that... Okay. Come on. Uh-oh. No. I don't think I gave myself enough time. Oh wait, is that? That looks like the posterior end of the spider. Almost. Thank you, Cavacera. Oh, go around it. Okay, that one was that one was a warm up. Oh my. Shoot. I think I have to kind of trap it because when it first gets released, it kind of like jumps up, and I think I have to kind of close the gate when it's above it. Come on. Right. Now, go. There we go. Push. Run. You'll be well done. Run. Now, hopefully that will break the box. And then keep on elevating. Or just go through the box? That works too. No. Oh, and lift the box. There we go. Aha. Phew. Oh, the light. Okay, what's it with the light again? Let's see. Oh, that metal clanking. Okay, so there's a switch, but... Yeah. Alright, well, for want of anything else most immediate to do, let's see what happens when we push the switch. Drink. Oh, come on. Drink. Switch. Alright, that one wasn't too bad. Oh, but that... No. Well, that was bad, but that was my doing. Oh my. Oh, okay, wait a second. I know what to do. If that... Wait, can that be... pushed? No, it can't be pushed. Alright, well, so much for that idea. Unless... Is it pushing this? No, I can't. No push, no pull. Okay, so that's gonna stay where it is. Think. Let's see. It is a good puzzler. Like, it's like a good puzzle game, I feel like, doesn't hard block you, but definitely, like, tests you. But that's tricky, right? Because that's going to be something different for everyone. There we go. I can control it. That's what I was missing. And that moves it down, and hopefully that should be enough. That's another thing about, like I don't know about you, but my threshold for frustration is normally very low these days. But at least when I'm playing a video game, I know that by design, there has to be an answer, right? It's sometimes very hard to feel that in your daily life and in other things. But if you can kind of slow yourself down, usually there is an answer to things. It's just when you're overwhelmed, it gets exponentially harder to actually navigate it. Alright, more brain worms ahead. Yo ho to the brain worms. Now, I don't think I can avoid this one either. Can I? Maybe? Oh, okay, I remember this. You have to kind of control where you go. There's no way to avoid that, but you can kind of like... Okay, you bounce off that. Oh no? No bounce off? Oh no, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Because there's that, and it doesn't like that, so it moves you away from it. Okay, at least I can climb ladders with brain worms. That's good to know. There's teeth over there. Okay, this is just forcing me to go now. Oh my goodness. Okay, now that's going to force me to run back again. Oh, trying to understand the logic. Oh, it's filling up with water. Okay, well then. You. What do I do here now? Okay, I guess that's... Because there's a checkpoint, I guess I know that everything I did there up to that point is what I was supposed to, at least, I guess. Oh, bother. Well, okay, that one was just a weak jump. Oh my. Alright, I'm gonna try to get past this, and then that's probably time, but let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can end on a... Oh, I was going to say a brainworm bang rather than a brainworm whimper, but, No, it's not letting me do that. Alrighty. It's just understanding the logic. Do I need to move that box? Part of me thinks I need to move that box. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make that jump even without moving the box. Yeah, no, this water's just going to fill up. Oh, is there anything else floating there? Oh, what's this? Oh, there we go. Nope, didn't need to move the box. Oh wait, I just forgot that I really... Oh, that's right up my nose. Oh, my brain is okay, at least though, and, yeah, I need my nose. Alrighty. But at least that's settled. Yeah, I forgot that as soon as you jump off the ladder, the brainworm just makes you go forward, so that's the peril there. Thing too, right? Like part of the answer to this in particular puzzle is to just wait, but just to know where to wait and to understand, you know, what your brainworms make you do, so you can try to... Actually, I think brainworms are maybe a good metaphor for all kinds of executive dysfunction. Because you can't, like, just overcome what the brainworms are making you do by thinking about it, but you can understand the patterns of things they make you do, so you can kind of strategize and work around them to get to where you want to go. That's it. That's the metaphor I'm working with. There we go. Huzzah! Alright. Is that water going to keep on rising, or is it going to stop? It's going to keep on rising? Alright. Where is it? Okay, no, it has stopped. But alright, everyone. That brings us to 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for coming by. If there's another video game you'd like us to play, I picked up a whole bunch of other games a little while back. I've got the Mass Effect Ultimate Edition now to play around with. Salt. What is it? This is just some pretty kind of side-scroller games too we could play. Lots of different options. But again, is it next week or the week after, we'll be having a person from Educational Technologies come by. That is Noah, to talk to us about what's their dealio. I don't know if any of you have heard about them before in the university, but they're there to help you get jorbs, which is to say jobs. And you know, I know everyone is hoping that they can get those. Well, yeah. Well, again, thank you so much, Cavacera. Thank you so much, Wildly Average, and everyone else for tuning in. You didn't hear. Ask around, folks, if you think folks would like this a little bit earlier time of day, if we want to do it from 6 until 7 or 5 until 6, as we're just trying to like make things more accessible to folks. But yeah. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming out to Twitch Tuesdays at the TRU Library. Be safe, look after yourselves, be spooky, and I will see you all next week. Cheers!